The article I chose to review is titled Teachers' Organizational Communication and Their Job Motivation. It's written by Öznur Akdemir, a faculty member from Fırat University in Turkey, and published in 2019. The purpose of the study conducted, it was a quantitative study, was to determine the effect of teachers' organizational communication on their job motivation. Definition of terms here, the author is using organization defined as people who come together for shared targets or for mutual or common aims. Communication using multiple meanings of organizational communication as an exchange of ideas and information, a social process that enables relationship setting, a process whereby people simply give and receive messages, and it can be formal or informal. And finally, motivation is a drive to do something, and this can be internal or external. For example, internal drive might be for personal fulfillment, and external drive for compensation. Now, Akdemir is building on previous academic work that linked job motivation to job performance. So the method he uses, he surveys 111 public primary school teachers, 2/3 of which are female and 1/3 is male. He's deliberately selected a range of experiences, and the categories are closely aligned in terms of numbers of participants surveyed between those who had 0 to 5 years of experience and on up to more than 20 years. Each of those categories had about the same number of participants in the survey. Of the 111, 89% have undergraduate degrees and 11% have graduate degrees, so it's a highly educated population. And he used a 28-item organizational communication scale for his survey. The results was that the study found a positive, high, and significant relationship between teachers' organizational communication and job motivation. And further, teachers' organizational communication significantly predicts their job motivation. So there's a causal relationship. The highest level of organizational communication in this, by the participants in this study, that they refer to as task-oriented communication. So I think this gives some insight into the dynamics of communication in an organization. The fact that, at least in this situation, it was a predictor of motivation is very encouraging and provides this potential access for organizational leaders and managers to increase motivation. There is enough evidence that high motivation is likely to predict higher job performance of some sort, in this case, quality of teaching outcome. Furthermore, leaders have a big influence on communication in an organization. So in a school setting, a principal's leadership style is going to affect communication. And what can one do about this, the author suggests, is facilitate communication opportunities. Essentially, as much as possible, more is better in this case. So trainings, informal settings like, fun social activities, but as much as possible, facilitate communication. This study is affiliated or is similar to a trend that I'm seeing in the research on organizational communication about the emotional dimension of organizational life. So, we tend to separate we tend to think of it like our emotions are separate from our work life, and that's just not true. The role of emotion in the construction of community in the workplace and how organizations construct, communicate, and control work feelings, which has some ethical implications, is both very fascinating topics and trends. As a direction for HRD, the author of one article suggests that to create real value for organizations, research ought to be focused on problem-centered organizational communication. So find a problem, address it in the communication. That's what's going to provide value for organizations, which I must agree with. These are references. Thank you.